I told my daughter to hit below the belt. My 2-year-old daughter, Lucia, came home from school with a bloody nose and grass stains all over her uniform. She was trying not to cry, but I could see her lower lip trembling. She dropped her backpack by the door and just stood there, staring at the floor. "What happened, sweetheart?" I asked as I hugged her. Finally, she broke down and told me everything. Turns out, a boy named Diego, who sits behind her in math class, had been bothering her for weeks. It started with silly things, pulling her hair, throwing paper balls at her head. Then it got worse. He started calling her crater face because of a few pimples. And yesterday, he told everyone at lunch that she smelled like fish. Today, he pushed her off the swings at recess. She scraped her knee badly, and everyone laughed. When she tried to tell the teacher, Diego said she fell on her own and made it look like she was lying. The teacher basically ignored her. I saw red. My ex-husband always told me I should teach Lucia to turn the other cheek and be the bigger person. But watching my daughter's confidence crumble because of some little punk's need to feel powerful, no, not this time. "Lucia, listen to me," I said, kneeling down to her level. "Tomorrow, when Diego starts with his nonsense again, I want you to hit him where it hurts most." Her eyes went wide. "Mom, you always say fighting is wrong." "It's not fighting, sweetheart. Just one good hit to make him think twice, right between the legs, with all your strength." She looked shocked, "But I'll get in trouble." "I'll handle that part," I said. "Sometimes people only understand one language, and Diego speaks bull. You already tried being nice. You already tried telling the adults. Now it's time for plan C." The next day, I got a call from the principal around 1 p.m. Apparently, Diego had been teasing Lucia again during lunch, calling her fish girl in front of everyone. When he stood up to pour chocolate milk on her head, she jumped up and kicked him right between the legs. The boy dropped like a sack of potatoes and started crying in front of half the cafeteria. I had to go pick her up. Lucia was sitting in the principal's office, nervous, but also a little proud. The principal, Mrs. Martinez, was not happy. "We have a zero tolerance policy for violence," she said sternly. "Lucia admitted that you told her to do this." "That's right," I replied, "and I'd tell her to do it again." Mrs. Martinez's jaw dropped. "Excuse me? You want to know what happened here?" I said. "My daughter went to your staff several times about Diego's bullying, and no one did anything. Today, he was about to humiliate her in front of everyone, and she defended herself. Good for her." "We don't solve problems with violence," she said. "Then why didn't you solve it without violence?" I shot back. "This could have been avoided if someone had actually listened to my daughter instead of ignoring her." The principal got flustered and said they'd investigate Diego's behavior and maybe give him detention. Too little, too late. Lucia was suspended for 3 days. Diego got 1 day of lunch detention after they finally checked his long history of bullying. But here's the important part. When Lucia went back to school, Diego didn't even dare to look her in the eye. Word spread fast, and soon other kids started sharing their own stories of how Diego had been a jerk to them too. 2 weeks later, Diego's parents transferred him to another school. Turns out, several families had already complained about his behavior over the years. But it took my daughter standing up for herself for anyone to pay attention. Lucia's confidence came back stronger than ever. She made new friends who actually looked out for each other. Her grades improved, and she started laughing again.